Hello and welcome to the Black Mind Game Podcast, episode 241. I'm fucking depressed. Allan here has played more Doom than me. Hi, Allan.
Hello. Doom Eternal is fun, though there's bullshit in it. We're not going to talk about Doom Eternal until Jeff beats it. Then we can actually have a full, thorough discussion on it.
Exactly.
Fuck you.
I'll talk about Horus.
Fuck you. Fuck you, Josh. Just fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
So, starting this week, we what shall we say? Wow. What shall we say about this week? Because I had dick all to do this week, other than Doom. And legit. When Doom came out, I just started playing Doom. I played Doom yesterday. I played Doom all today.
You made 5 TikToks within an hour?
Yeah, it was weird. Allan made 5 TikToks in an hour. It was very weird.
I don't have TikTok though.
No,
you
that's
made 20. You made 20 TikToks in an hour. Let's be honest. You have a secret TikTok account.
You have a top secret TikTok account.
Either way. So, what has everyone been up to this week?
I've been sitting there and reading at Linux for like the past 2 days, and then I also sat there and cried because one of my teachers canceled my class. This quarantine's making me go stir crazy. I blame Allan.
All I've been doing is just playing Warframe, and I played a little bit of Horus.
And I vomited. I'm not done yet.
Go for it.
I vomited profusely for like 45 minutes at Marvel's new superheroes.
Oh God, no! I don't want to talk about this. Oh God.
You know something's bad when the person who is not political has an emotional, visceral reaction. That is hilarious.
Oh my God, no! It's
the thing I want to point out is just so stupid. Is reading the first line for that superhero about the internet.
He was mutated by his uncle's internet gas. What the fuck even is that?
Exactly! It's so fucking dumb.
This is
there are some that you're like I saw the vampire one and I was like, wow, that's
the vampire one's like, I could see that, being a superhero.
No, here's the thing, that's like baby's first OC. Like, everybody had like ideas of characters. That's somebody's baby's first OC. That's oh my God, he's so edgy.
I know. Here's the thing with that last character. I'd be like, he's passable. He's at least a 50%, if not 55% of like, yeah, you can push this guy. He'll have a comic book or two and he'd be fine. But the other characters, God.
Oh my God.
There's 2 words I would describe for one of them.
Woke.
The reason why we cannot have nice things, and the reason why woke people should not design characters.
All right, so let's actually, you know what? Let's pull up the images of these. We'll go through them one by one because I really just want to talk about this very, very quickly. Where are they?
45 minutes later.
I know. No.
Jeez. You're giving us way too much credit, bud.
I want to touch on them real quick. Where'd you put the link to them there, Josh?
The topic list resources.
Topic list?
Yeah.
No.
But we didn't actually like take the
pull
photos.
the images.
It was too horrifying for either me or Josh to do.
I actually want to talk about the names and like the designs. That's all I want to do. But I know because trust me, they're bad.
That's not a word in this scenario.
I looked at them. I saw them day release, and I was like, the fuck is this? There's no way these are real. And then somebody was like, no, these are real. And I was like, oh, but why though?
Which one?
Let's start with the twins. We'll start with the twins. These two black kids who are in pink and blue.
They're non-binary. That's important to know.
One's non-binary.
And the other one
I know that because...
And the other one is... Go ahead.
Oh my God, no. Okay, so the cover image for this picture setup. Initially, when you see them, you're like, okay, maybe they're a couple, because there's no way twins should be leaning on each other like that. I've never seen twins do that, not once.
Well, we can
never. This is a repeat of Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver from Ultimate.
Well, we can conclude that they're from Alabama.
They're black, though.
We can conclude they're from Alabama.
You're welcome to believe that.
I am just going to throw that out there. I literally saw the character and I had no visceral reaction. I literally just was like, why? Just why? The amount of apathy I had just exploded. And I suddenly just felt as if, like, the urgent
exploded across the screen.
I all of a sudden felt the urge to listen to death metal, drive to the storage unit that has my Mustang, free it, and drive myself all the way down to Marvel headquarters and start show up with a cardboard cutout of Spawn and put it in front of their building. That's literally the thing I felt deep down in my soul, was like a sudden appreciation for, how do I say it, guys?
Yeah, we can hear you. Don't worry. Okay, we're letting you go.
I suddenly had a very sudden and urgent appreciation for Todd McFarlane, for Spawn,
oh God,
for Venom and Spider-Man and Stan Lee and X-Men and all of these things, because I look at that image and it's like, this is a flat two-dimensional character.
They're not even good flat two-dimensional characters.
It's just a flat two-dimensional character. I guarantee you the character is not going to literally be gay just for the sake of being gay. There's going to be no character development. They're literally going to be the most annoying person ever, because every 5 minutes you're going to go, but I'm gay.
It's going to be even worse. I guarantee you it's going to be even worse.
How can it be worse?
Because of how they're setting themselves up. None of these characters have interesting designs. They're at best they're obnoxious. The vampire one is actually like, yeah, he's edgy, but he's a vampire. That could be like set up to be like really cool.
The vampire one I thought was a girl for the longest time.
It's a dude.
It's a dude. Okay, so they're going to Japan in the 2000s? Okay.
Here's the thing, though, is like they're trying to like pitch in with Gen Z and millennials, and it's like none of these characters work. Like, all right, big fat girl who's I can't even remember what her power is, but she's just like, I looked at her, I'm like, man, she is gonna be such a boring character. Then there's the twins, Safe Space and Snowflake. By the way, that's their names.
You want to know what Snowflake? You know what Snowflake's special powers are?
It better be getting shot.
She makes shurikens with ice. That's it.
And then Safe Space makes a barrier to protect the people around him, and I'm just like.
So here's the thing with Safe Space, like I was like, okay, here's the design challenge. Use these names to make something better out of it. I was like, ooh, what about Safe Space is the infinite bag, like from D&D. So it's like, oh, what if he just has an infinite pocket dimension? He can always shove shit in. He can shove people in, objects, whatever. He can be the infinite bag. And like, oh, that'd be so rad. And I look at this character and what he actually is. I go,
Both of us
like, I just thought of that in 10 seconds. Like, what are these people doing?
Clearly, Josh should be working at Marvel.
Oh, man.
Marvel.
Clearly.
Oh man. I just looked at.
I'll do Snowflake. Ice powers that can like shoot shurikens that literally just cause a fucking blizzard.
Okay.
No. Okay. Here's the thing. All right. So somebody has already reimagined Snowflake, and I love the redesign. Like, I love the look of the redesign.
Yeah, because somebody with actual fucking talent probably fucking did it.
Hang on, I'll link the image. This is the image they redid for Snowflake, and it's in Cast Communications because I'm just posted there.
Yeah, because we have Cast Communications, by the way, just so everyone's aware. Holy shit!
Yeah,
I mean,
way better, eh?
A lot exposed, but I mean, sure.
That's the silhouette. That's the silhouette of Safe Space. I'm like, that's cool. And this the silhouette of Trailblazer. And I'm like, these are like way better designs because they feel like they have more human elements designed about them. They feel more fluid. They feel better. And I'm actually gonna see if like he's posted the new ones yet.
Okay. I'm gonna just say this: the one thing I will criticize, and this is the thing that everyone's gonna criticize about this image, is the fact that her uniform literally is way too sexy. But my God, does this look so much better? Like. I was expecting Starfire, not this.
Follow this link, and it gives descriptions for each superhero.
Okay, that's somebody's reimagining.
I like it better. Again, I want this.
Oh, they look so much better. They look so much better in every fucking way.
Oh my God. Oh man, I know somebody reimagined
Yeah.
another character setup, but it's just like, oh man, I need to find it because I really want to see because somebody reimagined both of them as like really cool looking. Like again, the Bat guy is serviceable at best, and that's kind of the problem. I have no idea what the point of the fucking internet of screen time. I have no point. Trailblazer makes no sense. Trailblazer is a regular kid scooped up in the world of teenage superheroing. Her magic backpack is a pocket dimension of seemingly infinite stuff from which she can pull out useful or random objects, not always under her control. She claims that she gets her power from God, but you're not the God you're thinking of. What does that mean?
Yeah.
She also looks pretentious. The
only thing I don't like about Trailblazer is that her power doesn't feel like it fits her name at all.
Okay, here's the thing about this. Here's the thing for me. I don't care if people want to do like heavier set hero characters. I don't care. I don't mind that. Whatever.
Yeah.
They might not sell well, but hey, if the characters have good designs or good stories around them, they'll be great. The problem for me is I'm looking at this character, I'm like, man, this character has such bad proportions.
Everything about these characters just angers me. That's the thing.
Your middle of your eye is supposed to be the top of your ear, but hers is like her ear is like dropped and like. She's got like a Neanderthal skull by the looks of it. And like, I'm not trying to be rude, but it's just like, holy shit, how bad are you at drawing characters? And on top of that, like her back pose where you see her back and stuff like that, like the arms and legs are so disproportional to each other. It's actually kind of distracting. The guy who drew, you can tell the person who drew Screen Time actually has proper proportionings, but no, it's the same person. Like, so you know how to do proper proportionings. So what the hell happened?
I think what he was just thrown at was make a fat person. He just didn't really know how.
Because that's entirely what this feels like.
Yeah, so it's just like, I don't know how to make big person, so
B negative. A teen living vampire exposed to Michael Morbius's blood as a child in a rogue but life-saving medical procedure. He still ages like a regular kid but has all the abilities of Morbius. He's obsessed with all music in the attitude of a classic long past decades of the 90s and 00s and the aughts. The world is a vampire and so am I. What the fuck is that catchphrase? And
I just feel as if I just feel as if
I sure hope he listens to Linkin Park.
Oh my
God! I hope God he would.
He so would.
He would. Like,
jeez.
B negative is salvageable. You could make him a bit more like, instead of like this teenage kid who's like make him a kid stuck at a time. Yeah. Make him some kid that was like infected by a vampire when he was 16 in the let's say 1400s. And so even though he's old, he's still he's still got like this like teenage impulse to do things and stuff like that. And you can just, he could be so much better.
I just have like money issues with everything that like is being said, because everything that is being said I like more. And that's the real issue and the real tragedy of this entire thing, is that the people who are making stuff I'm interested in aren't the people who are actually making the shit. Like, that's what pisses me off. Right? Guys?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, like, it's just, like, you're right. Like, be negative. It should be a kid who is stuck out of time, was infected in this 1700s by Dracula. Ooh, that's really interesting. Having Snowflake, you can still do the non-binary characters and stuff like that. You can still do all of that stuff, but it's like you're not.
Don't put it on their sleeve.
Yeah, like that's
like
don't make it a core aspect of them.
Like
yeah.
This is the thing that this is the thing that I love about the Doomslayer is Doomslayer could be trans and I wouldn't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
Doomslayer could be bisexual and I wouldn't give a shit. Doomslayer could be gay and I still wouldn't give it a flying fuck. So the fact that these guys sit there and think that like we have to do this and then they make it the core fabric of the character is flawed. And that's a problem that a lot of these people have, is they sit there and they can't understand that like making something the fabric of a character is not the best thing in the world.
Write good stories about character development. If your character is the key point, and that's the reason why when I heard Snowflake is, I think it's Snowflake?
Yeah.
Or is it Safe Space?
I think it's...
One of the two is, whatever. Yeah. I'll look at it here in a second. But if you're making a character where...
Go ahead.
No, I'm just looking for it right now.
If you're going to make a character who literally is just those things, then maybe don't make that character.
Yeah.
Like, period. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm reading about screen time because I was like, okay, so we got changed by the internet gas, quote unquote. But I was like, what the fuck is his ability? And I'm like, oh, he's just a fucking smartphone? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
The laziest, like, I don't know what's lazier, ice shurikens or smartphone human?
Well, it's really funny because, like, I want to do a character who literally makes a deal with an elder god and comes back, fucks the deal up royally, and then comes back 5 years later after, like, he literally ruins everything in the world. I want to do that as a character. I think that would be interesting. His major flaw is that he can't control his emotions as well as he should. Because
that again, but you gotta remember, you gotta like balance it out with other things and stuff like that.
Like stuff like where like he watched his family die, and then he's confronting the people who sent him there, and he's like, "I am just going to fucking kill you." Like, I am just
like. In hell or on Earth?
On Earth. Like, he's just like, I am going to fucking kill you. I don't care what the cost is. And every single time he does, he's just like, he becomes more and more of a monster, and you're just seeing him toy with people. Like, you're just watching him drain himself of emotion. Like, his big flaw is, like, he's addicted to violence, and he's very much self-medicating with alcohol and drugs. Kind of like how Tony Stark was. Guys?
Yes.
No, don't worry. We can hear you.
It's gonna be so annoying.
Just okay. We gave everybody a little bit of context. Jeff before the show was having connection issues with the thing, so he just like me talking, all of a sudden just mid cut out.
Yeah.
So when if you guys hear him, just like, oh, guys, we respond. That's him doing his double check.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's paranoid beyond reason, so every time we just give him talking space, he's like, guys.
Yeah. And like the thing is like when he comes back 5 years later, he doesn't remember everything. All he remembers is like he's a very plucky individual, but his big flaw is like he sits there and his like big flaw is like people sit there and are like, like, are you okay? Are you human? And he just doesn't understand, like, he did these things. He can't reconcile his being. Like, that is something where it's, like, interesting because it's like dealing with a character study. It's dealing with people who are fundamentally broken.
That would require good writing.
Yes.
First off.
A person who knows what they're doing.
Yes.
Someone competent.
Which I'm not.
Someone who's not wrapped up in Twitter.
Which I'm not.
Which you're definitely not.
Which I am very flawed human being, I will say. But like one of the things I really feel like is like a lot of people right now just get. It's very easy to get wrapped up into Twitter and think that the world's a horrible, horrible place. But like at the same time, it's like you got to kind of like think about it like one step at a time. You can't let these monsters consume you, and this is something where the monsters clearly have consumed them. Where it's like, we're just going to do this because we think is the best thing to do, not asking why anyone would want this, per se. Does that make sense, what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah.
So, like, I don't think that this is bad. I do think, though, like, having interesting characters does require, like, a little bit... It's a skill. It's something that not everyone has. Like... I really like the idea of doing physical design work and stuff like that, where like you see like a character wearing a mask and stuff like that and a sword, but you see like an arm that's like literally ripped off and like replaced with cybernetics. I like doing that. It's fun. I like talking to Josh about really stupid ideas and watching him go, that's really stupid, because I think it's hilarious. And I enjoy doing that. And this doesn't feel like that at all. Like, that's the thing that pisses me off, is like, this really just feels like as if they were like, oh, we're going to do this because we have to. So, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was going to say, well, let's talk, since we talk about these bad superheroes and how bad they are, and they're probably going to get shit canned as soon as they started, I'll talk about an indie game I played, and it's a platformer.
Fuck off.
Yeah. This is Horus, you said?
Horus. H-O-R-A...
I know how to spell... Don't worry, I know how to spell Horus, don't worry.
Allan's a Warhammer fan. Don't worry, he knows.
So, the thing about this whole game is that, again, it's a platformer, and you start out as this robot character who was built by a professor who owns his company. And from the get-go, you don't understand much, just like the robot does. So your character you're playing as the robot, and of course, the robot is kind of, giving everything to you in a kind of not third character, but like giving introduction, and like he's the narrator. And, he's given, like, talking about how, from his perspective, and from his perspective, and talking about how he's learning everything, and how he genuinely enjoys new stuff. And then the game kind of, I guess, like, after the first level, the game kind of flips on its head a bit, because you think this is going to be generic and boring. And then the game's like, and here's your first curveball of the game. It's like, oh, what's this curveball? Here's gravity shoes. What do these gravity shoes do? You walk on walls. Oh, that's weird. So what happens if I jump? You still stay on that wall. Oh, that's crazy. So what happens if I'm in the, first levels, you're inside a building using these special abilities. And then once the single second that you're outside of the building, you're like, oh, I still have these gravity shoes on. So what happens if I just find a wall that's sideways and I just jump off? Do I just fly into space? The game has a cutscene of you dying in space. Because you have these gravity shoes, you fly into fucking space. And I'm like, oh, there's detail in this game. It's fantastic. And also the game, like, it does have that kind of whimsy / like tug on your heartstrings kind of thing going on, because the reason you get the shoes and the reason that the Horus has wearing the hat is because the main caretaker of you is the scientist who made you just fucking dies like no reason, just keels over, and of course he dies right in front of Horus the robot. And of course, Horus freaks the fuck out, doesn't know what to do, and he just shuts down. And this, of course, the scene that they play out is like super dramatic and everything. And then even me playing it, going, that sucks. Oh, that really sucks.
This sounds like something that Josh felt very emotionally connected to.
I was like, oh, this sucks so bad, because I'm like, this robot's learning a whole bunch of cool shit, and then freaking its owner dies. I'm like, that's not cool. And then after that point, the game just starts like, all right, here's your new ability. And I'm assuming as you go further in the game, you get more and more abilities. And also the main plot point of the game is that Horus is, like, again, it's a robot that it's trying to learn to, help everyone / try to figure out what his meaning in life is. So his first goal was to clean up 1 million objects. So in the game, you're platforming around the mansion / other spaces and cleaning up trash, and that's your collectible through the entire game. Trash! You're cleaning trash! Which I adore this idea, because there's some objects you're cleaning up, and it's like giant cars, freaking big ass trash like dumpsters and trash cans, and you have to jump on and knock them over. And you get another move, you get special gloves, you can fucking just huck shit like crazy. So you're just picking up trash cans and hucking them against foes that are trying to kill you, and you freaking knock open a trash can, you get more trash out of it, and you're like, yeah, this counts for like 6 items, I'm gonna get towards that total here. Oh, I so far I like it. I'm probably gonna play more of it.
You should.
And I really should. And I'm just not going to spoil more of the game, because I'm like, I bet there's like more to it. And like, apparently there's one plot point talking about a war they're always alluding to, but they're never giving more detail about it. So I'm like, ooh, that's a plot point. So I'm going to play more. And I'm not sure how many levels there are either. Or at least what it counts as levels. Because it says like I'm like chapter 3. And so far it looks like there's like maybe 7 or 8. That's what it's feeling like there is.
So probably, yeah, 7 or 8, yeah.
Yeah, about 7 or 8. That's what it feels like. So I'm like, I'll continue to play it and see how far I can get. Because it does feel like, you get good at it, but then eventually, if you want to get the 100%, you have to be like really freaking good at it.
Which you are.
Funny enough, I want to say I completed Super Meat Boy at one point. Like, I felt like I did. I'm not sure if I did or watched someone else did it. That's what's confusing. It feels like I should do it again, see if I can complete it. But it's like, if I can complete Super Meat Boy, it's like I can almost complete anything. Just as long as it's not too stupid or like the checkpoints are too dumb. That's my big setback with those. It's like, if the checkpoints are generous, then I don't mind.
That's always.
It's like, yeah, I can.
Yeah.
I can hammer my head against the wall if the checkpoints are generous.
Yeah, that's always kind of a thing, though.
Exactly. I mean, there should always be like, okay, checkpoints are generous, but if you want to go for the hardcore, there's an achievement for it. Good luck. No checkpoints. Fuck you.
I mean, isn't that just Ultra Nightmare then?
That's actually in a lot of games, like especially in what was it? In Shovel Knights, that's also an achievement of like completing levels of smashing every single checkpoint you come across. Which you get more gold and you get your level ups or get your items faster. But man, it's real tough when you don't have checkpoints. But I mean, if you play it a lot, go for it. But yeah, Horus is very, very good.
Josh likes Horus a lot.
Yeah. Although I've been running into problems with that game, with glitches It's only cutscene glitches, and then if Horus, like in the cutscenes, they're narrated by Horus, and sometimes Horus, he narrates, and then the narration never happens. Then he narrates, then the narration never happens. So I'm like, oh, it's glitching or something. But whatever. That could probably be fixed later.
Something like that.
Yeah. Or it's my computer.
Everyone's computer.
Yeah.
Bullshit. I have. So I got to talk about something.
Go for it.
I did play a little bit of Doom.
Yeah.
And I played a lot of Ring Fit. I've come to the conclusion I've been playing too much Ring Fit.
You're buff as shit now?
I've got compliments on like how much I'm losing weight, and it's like I feel really good. I feel really happy. But I don't think me saying I played a lot of Ring Fit says a lot. So I've been playing about 10 minutes every day I go for a run. So I'm probably going to play a little bit after we're done here. Because I like putting myself in pain and suffering mode. Yeah. So I'm just going to boot up the game right now. I should stream it and just fucking die. That'd be great.
Ring Fit? Yeah, totally.
Just me not talking, just play death metal while I'm streaming it and just fucking coughing my lung out. Just going, oh god, why? Fuck off, chat. Fuck off.
Wow, Tomb Raider and Lara Croft.
Those games were free.
Yeah, crazy. They're actually both real good.
Ouch.
Get it while you can.
I played about 6 hours of Ring Fit.
Oh, okay.
And that's been fun?
I love it. It's a really good game. It hurts.
Good.
It hurts. It hurts me. It hurts my legs. And my arms. And my abs. My abs hurt.
Oh, that's always going to be a thing. You work any part of your body in a new way, it's going to hurt.
Yeah. That's the thing. I don't... So the way that game does things is just like, it's not as effective as like doing like leg presses and like actually working out with weights and shit, but it is very effective at making you use core parts of your body that you've never used in years. So, that being said, I do have a little bit of a complaint about it. That game, it takes about 10-15 minutes in order to actually like get going, which is a downside. And the way it makes you hurt is like not like, there are days where that game will sit there and recommend you take a break.
Yep.
Like, it is not an easy game at all. So for some people, they'll probably love it. For me, I found it very enjoyable. For others, like if Josh was to play it, I would recommend not to. But that's my opinion, and my opinion's wrong. So, other than that, I got nothing else really to talk about this week other than the first level of Doom. And yeah.
I can't talk about Doom because I'm like, I think I'm on like the second last mission at this point.
You're an asshole.
Second or third.
You're an asshole.
I think. I can't tell you what's going on. I'm not going to spoil anything for you.
Okay, well, I did play the first 15 minutes of Animal Crossing.
Make it an island?
It is Animal Crossing. It is literally Animal Crossing.
I mean, you make...
Everyone who sits there and says it's great.
It's just like any other Animal Crossing. You get chosen.
You're made to be a mayor of the town.
Yep.
Or a person who lives in this town.
Yep. But the big gimmick with this one is that there's actually seems to be more customization going on and crafting,
Allan?
which is kind of huge. It's like, for the first time ever, you can craft shit. You can craft shit in the game, and also, it's funny, I watched a video just talking about how this one guy from Jello Apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's his name. He was talking about how he would redesign the game and how he would go through like how, what's the big things people hate about Animal Crossing? What's the big gimmick about it? Why do people like it? And then how would he make it better? And basically his entire stance was people hate the fucking clock in the stupid game because it has to follow the clock to a religious point. And he's like, why? Why on earth are you stopping me from playing your game? I want to play your game. And you're actively finding ways in every possible manner for me to stop playing your fucking game that I like to chill out with. So he's like, why isn't there just like a big UI overhaul and make everything into like a fucking same menu and all these plot points, all the points that he's pointing out. It's like, why don't we just add like his big takeaway is like, why don't we have a dragon in the middle of the town and call him, I don't know, what was it? A dragon called Wimpy? Why? It's something about sleeping or whatever. And he's like, if you talk to him and you wake him up, he makes time slow down or speed up depending on what he's feeling like. And it's like, if you convince him to, go back to certain time points or stay at certain time points, you'd be like, oh, you can have a permanent snow town if you want, or permanent summer town if you want, or just like permanent Halloween town if you want. And it's like, oh, fucking, this would be infinitely better for anyone who likes Animal Crossing or remotely likes it. And it's like, yeah, I agree that makes Animal Crossing a hell of a lot better. But in the new Animal Crossing, it seems like it's still more, still the same old, but like you can actively like make bridges.
Yeah.
And you can actively make ramps to places where you're not supposed to be.
Pretty much.
Which is like, that's also a huge thing. And you can make your own paths and shit. If you don't like where the river's going, you block it off entirely.
Pretty much.
I'm like, that's freaking huge. And you get a pole vault. Mm-hmm. You can jump over the river. And I'm like, that's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's going in the right direction, but man, it took way too long to start going in that direction.
Oh, yeah. Well, the big problem with that game is like, in a world where Minecraft exists, where does Animal Crossing go?
Exactly. And where you're only tied down to your ability to figure out where the shit is.
Yeah, pretty much. I think that like with everyone sitting there and saying it's how good it is, it makes me want to play it more.
Yeah.
So I am probably going to play through the first level of Doom again.
This time streaming it.
This time streaming it on Ultra Nightmare and dying to the Archon. Not the Archon. Spider Mastermind, half Spider Mastermind. Fucking.
You mean the Arachnotron?
Yeah, the Arachnotron. Those bastards
are. Arachnotron.
Arachnotron. Whatever.
There you go.
Arachnotron.
Does it have a big rack?
Yeah, it has a big brain. Rack's a little small for a low king.
Okay. So, can I just? I love the Arachnotron because at first I hated it, and then I grew to love it because
it's a challenge.
It's not that it's a challenge; it's the easiest enemy. It's the easiest medium enemy you're gonna run into. That's not a lie. Like the only thing that's easier is Cacodemon, and the reason why is Cacodemon is I pop a stick grenade in its mouth, and I can just auto kill it. Oh man, I can't wait to talk to you more about this fucking game. Holy shit, dude.
Does the chainsaw work like an instant win for some monsters, or is it just...
They changed how the chainsaw works. Medium and large creatures you need, or medium and heavy... the heavy creatures, which are like Cacodemons, Arachnotrons, Hell Knights, stuff like that, you require to use all your fuel to kill one. Super heavies you can't do it on, which is... I don't blame them for. But just regular demons like imps, gargoyles, a couple other things you can just one shot with. Just hey, I've got a chainsaw fuel. I'm gonna get some ammo out of it. Yeah, no, I actually will say the game is good, but I'm not a big fan of the chainsaw. But whatever.
So, I love the chainsaw. Chainsaw is like on a quick release button. Guys,
do you have like a shoulder-mounted cannon on that thing?
It made grenades a lot more versatile. I'm going to remap that though.
Because I was seeing some...
I'm okay with it being on the control button, but at the same time, I think like changing your weapon mods used to be R. R is now your flamethrower. Melee used to be C. C is now your chainsword. E is now your melee.
See where this is going?
Goddamn! Yeah, there's I'm like, why would you guys change these? Just make F your flamethrower. Fuck me, that would be so much easier. I'll be walking up, and it's I'm about to go into another arena. I'll switch from my rapid fire shotgun mod to the sticky bombs because I know I'm gonna be probably fighting a Kako demon here. R, fuck, and I have no armor right now. Damn it!
Shit.
Or I'll be going up to get a glory kill on some creature, and I'll be like, chainsaw. No, that's not what I wanted. Thank you for the option, though.
Pretty much.
Oh man,
everything about that game is fine.
When you get later in the game, when you get the Argent Blade,
yeah,
later on, oh, it's so good. It's what the chainsaw used to be.
It doesn't give me everything that I want.
It doesn't give you any health, damage, or anything like that. It's just basically an instant kill on any weapon any demon you hit.
Like the chainsaw is right now.
No,
the chainsaw doesn't do that anymore.
The chainsaw is an instant kill on all demons if you have the fuel, except for super heavies.
Oh, okay. Which makes sense.
This is like you walk up to the super heavy. It's like, I don't feel like fighting you today. And needing a really cool animation on how to get a glory kill. Also, oh man, they're you get pretty much a new demon every level, except if you do the Slayer challenges on every level. The Slayer gates. Mm-hmm. You get to see them. You get to see some demons a couple of levels early. I think on level 3, when you're going after the first priest, and the level before you go after the priest, you get access to the first Slayer gate, and man, that first gate, that's going to be a real shock to you, buddy. That's going to be zero, considered normal campaign mode in the normal little arenas you fight in. That's 0. The Slayer gates start you at 90 and just go up.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I still haven't found a Slayer gate, so this is going to be a fun one.
Like I said, you'll find it. You'll find your first one on level 3.
Okay.
That's what I was saying. Is that's your first level. Is when you first see it. Secret challenges are fun, if a little annoying at times, because sometimes it's oh yeah, you have 30 seconds to kill X number of enemies. It's oh yeah, that's not fun. That's not bad. And it spawns the enemies for you, and you kill all of them, and you get a weapon point of it. It's not bad. Yeah. Fuck 2 of them in particular. Fuck 2 of them. I was like, man, these secret challenges have been pretty nice. The worst I've had to fight is a Baron, and that was all I had to fight. So I just pulled out the chain gun and ripped it apart. Mm-hmm. I was like, that's easy. And then the next mission where it's 2 missions, the same 2 secret challenges in the same mission that you'll be like, Jeff will get to them and go, fuck them. Because it spawns 2 of the hardest enemies for you in them. One spawns one of the hardest enemies, the other one spawns the other hardest enemy, and the first one is a tight confined space that you have to fight them in, and the other one is in an open area, but it's crowded with terrain, so you can't. Oh, it's really frustrating. I did them, but I had to cheat a little bit, or well, what I consider cheating. I pulled out the super shotgun and went fucking ham, and then I ran out of ammo. By the way, you're going to be running out of ammo a lot in this game. By the way,
I know. I kind of
people have complained about that with me, but I've been on Reddit and discussing it, and I brought up a point that it's like it's not that it's bad because somebody was like resource management in a Doom game. When was that? And I was like, didn't you have to resource manage in 2016 and Plutonium and technically also in Doom 2? Like, there's a lot of games where you have to do resource management in Doom. But yeah, no, I don't want to talk about anything more else about Doom because because if I do, I'm gonna start fucking spoiling shit for you, and I don't want to do that to you.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, man. It's I gotta wait for you to get caught up. Like, I'm probably gonna beat it tonight.
Okay.
Jeff can hate me for it.
I hate a lot of people already.
Yeah,
it's normal at this point. Right now, I hate Ubuntu. Ubuntu.
That's fair. So is that a podcast? I don't think we have anything else to really talk about this week. Other than all of us being fucking ice. Well, no, Josh is the only one who's still at work.
I'm
not allowed to go to school.
I'm not allowed to go to school. Everyone at work's like, "Are you okay?"
I've been so goddamn bored. Like, I do homework all day, and I don't do anything else. Like, I'm so bored. And now that I found out that I've got like delays on projects, till like their due dates being delayed by like 2 weeks, I'm like, Jesus Christ, I have so much spare time now. But yeah, whatever.
But
I think we're rambling on about stuff that hasn't happened yet. We should probably cut this now. Though.
Well, no. If he listens to this and he constantly is like, he's like, stop trying to get me on your podcast. It's like, but you would be funny. Because it would.
It'd be fun to have on because it'd be different political views and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with that.
I think he would like Rory. I think he would like.
No, I don't think he'd like Rory at all. I know. You got to realize, I love Rory. I really do. He's I would probably consider him like one of my closest friends. If he's anything like how I think he is, I don't think he'll like Rory. I think Rory will be like the anathema to him.
I think Rory would be perfect. Because Rory is an asshole. And we know he's an asshole. But Rory's our asshole, and we love him. Shane would be fun to have on the show again too. So
Shane, I think Shane would be the better choice.
Shane would be, honestly.
But you'd also be struggling for more time with that one.
I think that like what I would have to do is I think I would have to pay him money over time. Guys?
Yeah. No, we're still here. Don't worry.
But honestly, like, if this is the best thing for us as a team, and like Josh and I have been developing video games too, so like going back to like the initial topic, like show's not changing, nothing's happening. I think the big thing that needs to be said though is I think the big thing is that like that needs to be said is like really at the end of the day, like we're assholes. We're all assholes. I'm speaking for myself. But like, and all of us have opinions, but like, I'm okay with talking to people. And I'm really kind of excited for what the future holds. And that's been something that the show has allowed me to kind of grow with. So I'm very thankful for that. I'm very thankful for the show. And I'm very thankful for my friends who support it and everything under the sun. So, and I know I'm not perfect, so I'm not going to fucking dance around that bush. But, yeah, like, it's going to be interesting in the next couple of years because things are actually happening. If Josh and I make a game, like, we're probably going to, well...
continue to make other games.
I mean, you're probably going to get all the money first off. I mean, period. I would rather you have it than anyone else. So anyways, thank you everyone for listening to the show. episode 241.
Or as I keep going, 141.
Yeah, so thank you everyone for listening. You can subscribe to us on iTunes or Podbean or your favorite podcasting app of choice. We didn't talk about coronavirus, but everyone kind of got to stay safe out there. Wash your hands.
Yep.
If you're sick, don't go outside. And hopefully the Chinese government pays a little bit more for this one. That's just me, but I'm a little bit angry about them. I'm honest. But yeah, thank you everyone for listening, and have a good night.
Ding dong.
And I'm recording.
I'm recording.
I am also recording. I know I'm recording because of how my mic is reacting.
How far into the game are you?
I finished the first level. It gets better. I literally have not had time to play with it because I am wrestling with PMs. And
no worries.
Yay. It's called Jeff's fucking stupid.
It's alright, dude.
Just agree with me.
I'll stop playing for now so we can do the recording.
I'm doing homework.
I have downtime now because all my essays that we're going to be doing like the next week or so got pushed back, like aggressively so.
So
that's the reason why I'm like powering through Doom now.
I'm just like, man, you're like fucking addicted to this fucking game. What the fuck?
It's good.
I know. I played it.
Marauder is bullshit though, and so is the Doom Hunter. You'll fight Doom Hunter, I think, on Mission 4, and you'll understand.
Stop
you will know.
me.
You will know my pain.
I already know your pain.
I'm not playing right now.
I already know your pain. Just.
No. Jeff, you have to understand. There are 3 things in this game that I go, fuck it, BFG.
Oh.
And the Marauder isn't one because the Marauder just ignores it. Yeah.
Well, my plans for streaming it got ruined again.
How?
Because I want to stream it.
Go for it.
Well, I'm going to restart it, and I'm going to restream it.
Stream it on. By the way, I strongly recommend doing it on Ultraviolent because I'm on Ultraviolent.
I'm on Ultra Nightmare.
Yeah. No.
Or like you're talking about like the mid levels where it's like, "Don't hurt me, Daddy," and then
I'm on Ultraviolence.
Yeah, is that like third from the top or third from the bottom?
Because beneath mine is Nightmare and then Ultra Nightmare.
Yeah.
So I'm in the middle, but that's also hard difficulty for normal people. After I beat this campaign, I might be doing it on Nightmare, but fuck Marauders on Ultraviolence. You're gonna hate so many of the demons.
I already hate all the demons.
However, I have to agree. We're gonna. Fuck! I can't talk about this because you're not that far. I figured you would have done a run on Ultraviolence before you went to fucking.
I played
that madness. What?
I want to play it so bad.
Let's get this recorded so we can do it.
Fuck you.
I mean,